Sometimes we have to take pen to paper to really draw out what it means to pursue our passions. And that's exactly what one teacher did when he created Smarty Tunes.
I was born through my childhood passion to become a cartoonist. I basically wanted to draw. I first was influenced by library books. And long story short, when I got to college, my friends told me, why don't you take your comic strip to the school paper? And so I did. And the funny thing is, life imitates art. So I get a lot of ideas from my experiences. People got to know my work through editorial cartooning. And then later I use that platform to reverse it and then do something fun, like something I call Teacher Tunes. So I have a book called Teacher Tunes, and I used that platform to do humor. And since I'm a teacher, that's what I do now. Somebody said, somebody needs to put this in a book. And if you talk to teachers across the nation, across the planet, they all have the same stories, and it's pretty much universal stress. And I use that universal stress and I use it to making it into universal humor. And so thus became Teacher Tunes. So it's a very colorful, cartooning booklet, and it's all about cartoons. It's 119 pages of it. And very, very fun.
I think that's really amazing that you have Teacher Tunes. And I see a few characters sitting behind you right now. What are all those about?
So the puppets are a result of me taking it to the next level. I do have Rosendo Resendez here, who's my reporter. I take him to comic conventions and we interview people, which is a lot of fun. And the rest of the characters are still characters in place that I'll be doing probably when I retire. And then most of my work is, I'm not a ventriloquist, I perform them as I film them. So most of my work you'll see under Smarty Cartoons on YouTube.
What do your students have to say about all of this? Do you ever bring your characters into the classroom at all?
The characters are my students because, like, for example, if somebody leaves without permission to the restroom and then they come back, there's already in 3.5 seconds, there's a picture of them on the wall. So it's last seen going to the restroom. And so they know better. It doesn't happen again. Ironically, I've had a lot of stories of students that have kept my cartoon for over 10 years. And I thought, they probably got rid of it, but they've kept it. And they laugh because they laugh at their, their young life and how they used to act. And so the characters are school humor is amazing. I especially specialize with grouchy people. Those are the best people to draw because they're like Debbie Downers, and I love working with them. And they help me bring humor to life because it helps. A lot of kids go through stuff, as we know how schools are these days. But humor is a very powerful tool, and I've used it a lot in my classroom. And I've enjoyed working with kids. In fact, we miss the kids. We're not in the classroom right now. We're doing virtual classrooms. But the kids are the characters, the teachers are the characters, and it's just a lot of fun doing cartooning in that platform as well.
That's great. So can you tell viewers where they can find some of your work, as well as some of the interviews and adventures that the characters behind you went on?
It's Smarty Cartoons on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. You'll find my work.
You can always find this segment and more on our website at firstcoastliving.net.